Welcome. This is your host, Lucian, on AFK and Unfiltered, and this is my guest, Nakar. Now, would you please give a fact or two about yourself for the audience?
Hey, my name is Nakar. I like going to work, getting money, and just chilling in my free time, listening to music, playing some games. That's me.
Word, nice. I love to hear that a man has a couple hobbies and, does something. And now, what I have in front of us is a tier list for the game Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. It is a Dragon Ball game based off the anime and the series. And then there's creative characters that you can create and go through the story and history of the anime and the show. So now to start off, I have videos and stuff that will explain the aspects and bring it out. So the first one, we're gonna look at the transformations for your created character in said game. All right, now so let me pull up the game.
After
After
watching
watching
that
that
video
video
and showing off some of
the
the
transformation
transformation
it has to offer when you get throughout playing the game, how would you feel and where would you rank that on the tier list here?
Honestly, I feel like the transformations were a solid A tier. I feel like we're pretty accurate to the anime, and I like how it's expressed through the created character system in the game.
Yes, that is pretty cool, and I like how you elaborated and gave like good reasoning. And now we're gonna look at the PvP, which is the player versus player. And I would like to show you fight, and then after the fight, I'll explain a little bit of what goes on. All right, now let me pull up the tier list again.
the reason why
The reason why I have
shown
shown
that
that
video
video and the reason why I
went
went
that
in
way
depth
is
is
because
because
of
of
the
the
fact
fact
that
that established and shown what the created characters can do because throughout the game you could do missions and stuff to unlock certain moves for those character for your created character and then you can use it and then that's what that guy did. You make a creative combo and it has like certain builds with like allocate your skill points into each stat to make like your character stronger, health wise, key wise, like stamina wise, and like strike and super damage. So after looking at that, where would you think the PvP side would be on the tier list?
Honestly, not too sure. I feel. I think I have to give it a B tier. I do like how there were certain moves that the characters could use and unlock, and I do like how the character stands up at the end of his combo. But I do feel like just like the basic aspect of it is kind of mediocre.
I agree. There's some parts that it could be better, and some parts that were very good and cool. So now we're gonna look at, and I will skim through this video because it is pretty long. It is all the characters, including DLC in the game. If I could find it. Here we go.
Guys, darn the heads.
And now that that's over, let me pull it back to tier list. Now, after looking at the characters, because and they are over 140
Characters.
characters, like, including presets and everything.
How do
How
you
do you
feel?
feel, and what would you think, like
Custom
custom
characters, not custom characters.
like the original characters that they put in the game that are based off the anime? Where would you think that would go in the tier list?
Yes, I do like just the vast range of characters from the anime, and I like how they were well animated in the game to make them seem like a bit more accurate. So
Mhm.
honestly, I think it just fits here perfectly. So I'd have to give it S tier.
Nice, I agree because in the game there is a lot of characters you can play from, and that can lead to different play styles and more long story short, a more longer like longevity of the game.
So
So
now
now where I would get at is the story part, which I have two videos to represent. One shows at the end of the story, like the final cutscene, and then one is like a DLC add-on cutscene that you have to purchase through in order to get it because it is additional content. All right, so we'll have this one playing. So after that one, how do you feel of like the story and how the quality is so far?
I do think that was a very well animated cutscene. I think the quality was pretty good. I like how the character like expressed their like ability for the fight, and I like how the villain had like some dialogue too. So like it really makes you feel like a good end to the story.
I agree. That was very great. And we're not gonna watch the whole video, but we're gonna watch a snippet where it's the beginning of the DLC. Now, after looking at that wonderful cutscene, in my opinion, how do you feel that the story should land, and what are your thoughts of it?
Yes, I do like how the DLC tries to expand on the story because as we see, these are different characters who weren't in the last cutscene. So I feel like it's a good thing that the game developers try to make it feel like there's more to do after you've completed a game, because I know some people are disappointed by the lack of replay that games have nowadays.
I agree. I think replayability is a good factor to keep your game going and have people still wanting to play your game, even after they completed all like the main story stuff. So, with the story mode, where would you want to put that in this tier list?
The story mode, I'd say it's a solid A tier, honestly.
I agree. There's some things that they could do, like to boost it up a little bit more, but I say a solid A tier is great. So now this is a weird one I'm gonna have to explain. This is the let's say netcode, like the online gameplay and how good it is. Because sometimes the online netcode can either be really good depending on who your opponent is, not just really bad, and that could harm the gameplay. So now I'm gonna play this short real quick. Now I know that was a pretty short, short in video, but I thought that captured perfectly what I was trying to say. That even though that the combat may be good, I think the online capabilities and what you could do has to be changed and tweaked in some way to improve. Because after that, the opponent that we play right now, they were getting they were getting hit by something and still were able to, like right here, the frame, they were still able to do a move as they were getting hit, which is should not happen, and that was solely because of the online play. Now back to the tier list. Where would you think, after looking at that and my little explanation and some thoughts, where would you want to put that there on the tier list?
I don't think players would appreciate the fact that the online connection is so inconsistent and sometimes just downright awful. So probably like a C tier.
I agree. I'm gonna put that there too. So now the next one is the clothing, because for your creative character, you could put custom clothing, like any clothing that they have in the game, which is like outfits from people in the anime and stuff. So, and I will skim through because you're not gonna see through all of it.
Alright, nice.
Alright. Once again, that was pretty short, but I think that like showing through and skimming through that really captured what I wanted. And how would you feel knowing that you have that much access to your created character, that much clothing to like make your character unique from others? Where would you think and where to put that on the tier list?
I do really like how there is a lot of creativity in the outfits that you could design your character with. Might I say these characters are dripped out, so I might have to put that at S tier.
I agree. There is a lot of creativity. And me playing the game myself, I've seen a lot of cool and good outfits that I think that were pretty good. Now, for the last topic I have is the races that your created character can be that you can choose throughout the game, and that's how you start the story. So now let me pull that up and we can watch it. I'm gonna skim through the parts where you see the race openly, and then back to the other one. So this is the Namekian race. It's like I want to say an alien, but yeah, it's kind of like the Namekians where they're normally green, but you could change and customize the color. So it's that, and this is like their home planet. So now I'm gonna show the next one. This is the humans, like a human race, like how we are. This is the Saiyans that have access to like things like Super Saiyan and characters similar like Goku and Vegeta, right? Now the next ones are the Majins. They're like Majin Buu and stuff, and they were originally made by Babidi, the like evil wizard in the show. Now let's move on. They have the Frieza race, and the Frieza race is based off of the character Frieza in the show, how he was a villain and etc. And how you could make your Frieza race like either very similar to him or like or not like him at all. Now with that, we're just gonna get to the tier list. After looking at the races and stuff, where would you put that and give me some of your thoughts of it?
Yeah, so I do feel like it's similar to the characters and character customization in a way. How you can like, it's just like a better way to personalize your gameplay.
Mhm.
Although there was noticeably fewer races there than the other categories, so I think that's an A tier maybe.
I agree. I would say S if they added a couple more from the show, but overall, I say it was pretty good. And now this is our tier list here. This one, the characters, got the clothes, the transformations, the story, the races, the PvP, and the online gameplay. And now, if I will stop sharing my screen and make it like this, that is all I really want to talk about today, and was how good was the game Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Overall, me personally, after playing the game for a while, playing the game since I was little, I say the game was pretty good, and I enjoyed it a lot. Would you rather share some of your final thoughts and moments?
Yes, I do believe that it appears to be a good game all around. Like tons of fun, lots of customization, lots of it. So it definitely looks like it's worth a try.
I agree. I would totally recommend this game to my friends, people, and even loved ones that enjoy playing the game and the show that haven't played it out. And back to the viewers, I appreciate you tuning into this episode of AFK and Unfiltered, our first episode, by the way, and there'll be more to come. Just keep a lookout. And there'll be topics based off of games and stuff, just whatever pops in my mind, and I think is a really good topic at the end. Once again, I appreciate you for tuning in. And the car, any last ideas and thoughts?
Nothing much. Just have a good day, stay breezy, and just vibe.
I agree. This is AFK and Unfiltered signing off. Have a great day whenever you tune this in.